Hi, this week we're talking about a very timely subject, especially in the days that we live in. It's about for such a time as this, from the story of Esther. We're going to be looking at several passages through the week that have this theme about God's timing. So today we'll begin with day one for such a time as this. The passage that we're going to look at today is Gideon chapter 6, verses 11 through 14. It says, "The angel of the Lord came and sat down under the oak in Ophrah that belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, where his son Gideon was threshing wheat in a winepress to keep it from the Midianites. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon, he said, 'The Lord is with you, mighty warrior.' 'Pardon me, my Lord,' Gideon replied, 'but if the Lord is with us, why has all this happened to us? Where are all his wonders that our ancestors told us about when they said, "Did not the Lord bring his people out of Egypt?" But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the hand of Midian.' The Lord turned to him and said, 'Go in the strength you have and save Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you?'" Fact is, Gideon was doing anything but acting bravely when the angel of the Lord found him. He was literally hunkered down trying to gather a little bit of something to eat while the Midians were all out looking for the Israelites. Gideon was traumatized, fearful. In the middle of all this, God sends an angel to him and calls him a valiant warrior. This was not how Gideon saw himself, but it is the way that God saw that Gideon could be. God had his hand on Gideon. And if we follow the story, if we follow the story of Gideon, God whittled Gideon's army down to about 300 in one of the oddest conscription stories in all of history. Gideon began with tens of thousands of Israelites in his army, and God said he had too many. So he sent most of them home. Finally, God picked his first string warriors through a test where the heroes were the ones who lapped water like dogs on the side of a river. Yeah, they routed their enemies without barely even lifting a sword. God won the victory. What does this show us about the times that we live in? Well, while we may not understand it, we might even fear the unknown. While we are holed up in our own homes, God is calling us valiant warriors. It's time now, this time that he has made us for. The process that he will use to sharpen us and get us ready may not be all we expect it to be. It might not make sense to us. But if we trust God more completely, in spite of the chaos, he will do remarkable things through us. So I have a couple of questions. One, how are you like Gideon today? Are you fearful? Are you feeling overwhelmed? And question two, what does God see in you today?